Well, as you probably already know, the Mueller investigation is over, and the Democrats aren't happy with the results. Hey, everybody, I'm Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. You can feel free to Google all the news stories you want. The big takeaway from over the weekend, the Mueller investigation turned up absolutely no evidence of the Trump campaign back in 2016 colluding with the Russian government. They interviewed over 500 witnesses. They spent hours and hours and hours, issued a ton of subpoenas in order to get all the information they could, and they found nothing. They found no direct evidence, no evidence at all of the Trump campaign colluding with the Russian government. Now, on the flip side, Democrats are saying, wait a minute, what about obstruction of justice? The Mueller investigation said that they did not have enough evidence, one way or the other, to go with obstruction of justice. They did point out in the Mueller report that they are not exonerating President Trump from obstruction of justice charges, but they are not saying that he should be charged with obstruction of justice. And Bill Barr, the Attorney General, came out and said the president will not be charged with obstruction of justice. The evidence just simply isn't there. And by the way, when you didn't commit a crime, it's hard to obstruct justice. Listen, the Democrats should wrap all this up, and the Democrats should go to the American people and say, listen, we're glad that the investigation is done. We're glad that the President of the United States was elected on an up and up basis, that the president did not cheat, that the president did not collude with Russia, that this is a great day for America. But the Democrats won't do that. In fact, the Democrats aren't satisfied. The Democrats want to subpoena everyone they can subpoena, and I believe that the Democrats still want to impeach Donald Trump. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi may not want to, but a lot of these really far-left Democrats who ran on resistance, ran on impeaching Trump, ran on socialist ideas, they still want to go after the president, and they still want to use this as a campaign issue going into 2020. They want to impeach the president not because of Russian collusion, not even because of obstruction of justice or, the accusation of obstruction of justice, but because they don't like Trump. That's why they want to get rid of President Donald Trump. It's not going to happen. I think if Democrats continue to push for impeachment and push for all of these hearings, they're only going to hurt themselves in 2020, and I welcome that. Listen, folks, I've seen a lot of the headlines that say Trump wins, Republicans win. This isn't a win for President Trump. It's not a win for the Republicans. It's a win for the American people. The President of the United States was legitimately elected President of the United States. That's a big win for America. It's a big win for our nation. Of course, Russia wants to influence our election. China wants to influence our election. You know what? The United States influences other elections around the world. It's what foreign powers do. They try to seek and influence the elections of other nations. It's happened forever. The United States has done it forever as well. The President of the United States did not collude with Russia. That is a huge deal. It is a huge, huge turning point for the Trump presidency. And it should be a huge turning point for the media. The media that played along with this narrative, with this plot, with this lie that was thrown onto the American people. The Democrats and many of those in the media are to blame for the divisiveness, easy for me to say, that we see playing out in the United States. They pushed this issue along. They spent thousands and thousands and thousands of hours dedicating themselves to talking about what if Trump colluded with the Russians. Over 500,000 pieces of news articles were created around Trump, Russia, and collusion that never took place. It's a good day for America because we know that the President of the United States was legitimately elected. It's a bad day because the Democrats won't accept it. It's going to be one of their downfalls in 2020. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO.